Okay, this is Business 342, homework page 88, problem number 3. Global Trotters has a cost of equity, that's RE, of 12.8%. The market risk premium, whenever you see the word premium, market risk premium, premium tells you that that's the expected market rate minus the risk-free rate. It's this whole thing right here. Whenever you see that word premium, that's the difference between these two, the premium between these two, between premium above the risk-free rate that the market that you need to get the expected market rate. So that's this premium, the difference between these two. Okay, if they just say market return, that's just this term right here. Okay, so the market risk premium is 8.2. and the risk-free rate is 1.5, the company is acquiring a competitor which will increase the company's beta to 1.6%. What effect, if any, will the acquisition have on the firm's cost of equity capital, which is its RE? Now, I kind of went through all this stuff. It says first you have to figure out what the beta was originally. You don't have to do this. I kind of did this and realized I really don't need to do this. What they're telling you is the original cost of equity was 12.8%. They tell you that, okay? They tell you all the information that you need to figure out the new cost of equity, which is RE, and then from there you just figure out the difference. Okay, so you do not have to go through this little calculation, but there's an easy way to, just so you know, if they give you this, if they give you that, and they give you the risk-free rate, and they give you the risk premium, or they give you the expected market rate, and you already know the risk-free rate because they give it to you back here, then you could back into beta, which I did, which was a total waste of time. Okay, so we know that the current cost of equity, RE, return on equity if you're an investor, cost of equity if you're the firm, is 12.8%. Now you want to figure out what the new one is. So all you do is use the same beta, the new beta and the other information. So RE equals the risk-free rate, which they told you 1.5%, times the new beta, which is 1.6. This just says new beta. 1.6, and times the market risk premium. It says premium, so that's those two numbers, the expected market rate minus the risk-free rate. That's what those add up together, or one subtracted from the other, 8.2. The RE is 14.62%. Says what effect, if any, will it have? Well, if it is 14.62% with the new beta, it was 12.8% before. You subtract the two, 14.62 minus 12.8. The difference is 1.82. So this is the new RE. That was the original RE. You always put it over the original RE. That gives you 1.82 over 12.8. That tells you it's a 14.22% increase in RE. And that's the answer for number 3. Okay, number 4. Grading Solutions just paid an annual dividend of 1.8. So what is that? That's D0. I kept making this mistake. I kept putting these as D1. Just paid, it's been paid. That's not the first one, the next one coming, which would be D1. Remember, P0 is what the price is now. P1 would be at the end of the year. Same with D0 and D1. Okay? So they just paid it, so that's D0 of $1.80. The dividend is expected to increase by 4.2% annually. Currently, the firm has a beta of 1.1 and a stock price of $36. The risk-free rate is 1.5%, and the market rate of return. Now, this is the market rate of return. It doesn't say anything about premium. So this is the expected market rate. Okay, so you have to go through the subtracting the risk-free rate from this to get the market risk premium. Just make sure you keep it straight. It doesn't say anything about premium on here, so this is just the E of RM, which we'll go through. It says, what is the cost of equity capital of this firm? Okay, so we'll go through that. And they give you, remember, there's two ways to figure this out. The cost of equity can either be the dividend growth model, which is D1 over P0 plus G, or it could be the SML slash CAPM, the security market line slash capital asset something, I forget, something model. That's the other formula, which is R equals beta, risk-free rate RF plus beta times the market risk premium. Okay, so and then they've given you enough information for both of these, so you take both of them and average them together. Okay, so the first one, they tell you that D0 is $1.80. So, and they tell you the growth rate is 4.2%. So to get D1, you take D0 times 1 plus the growth rate. Okay, so $1.80 times 1 plus 4.2%, which is the growth rate, so that you can multiply that together. That's why you add the 1. Over 36, which is the current stock price, plus the growth rate, gets you 9.41%. Okay, that's using the dividend growth model. We also go through and do the security market line or CAPM method, which is RE equals the risk-free rate, RF, plus beta, which they tell you is 1.1. Tell you the risk-free rate is 1.5. And remember, this is risk-free rate plus beta, and I just put beta on this side. Sometimes I put beta on that side. It doesn't matter. Remember, you just multiply these together first before you add the RF there. This is the expected market rate. Now remember, they told you the market rate of return. So this isn't the risk premium. This is the market rate of return, the expected market rate. That's what this means, market return, expected rate on the market return minus the risk-free rate. So it's the 8.2% minus beta. Remember, that's how you get the minus the risk-free rate. That's how you get the premium. Okay, so you multiply these together, add the risk-free rate, that's 8.87, and then just to average them, you add those both together, the 9.41 and the 8.87, you get 9.14 for the average RE. That's RE equals. Okay, these things right here. Okay, so that's problems number 3 and 4 on page 88, Business 342.